go, a little bit more.
SportSub attracts attention wherever it's seen. People are intrigued by SportSub's uniqueness and charmed by its sporty good looks. On a recent excursion to the Bahamas, an internationally syndicated cable television series ran a feature story on SportSub.
Here in the waters off the North Bahamas, there's been a sighting of a strange, unidentified cigar-shaped object. Some people feel that it might be a UFO. The unusual thing about this UFO is that it doesn't fly through the air, but through the water. You might expect to find just about anything here in the waters off the Bahama Out Islands. The rumors and myths about the area include everything from the Bermuda Triangle to the lost continent of Atlantis. When we heard that some scuba divers had reported seeing a UFO off a nearby reef, we just had to take a look. Swimming around the coral heads, I couldn't help but wonder what sort of creature we might encounter should we actually meet the UFO. It didn't take long to find out. As we approached a giant coral head, a strange white object suddenly and silently appeared from nowhere. After hovering for a few moments directly in front of us, it took off, straight up. It seemed to be flying underwater. I watched in amazement as the craft hovered nearby. I had the intense feeling that I was being watched and studied by inhabitants of this strange vehicle. As the craft came towards me, my heart jumped. Hey, wait a minute. Who ever heard of a UFO with a Florida license tag? A closer look quickly unmasked the UFO as a tiny two-man submarine, something never before seen in these parts. Intrigued by the novelty, it didn't take us long to track down the SportSub's owner. We caught up with Canadian inventor Ray Fast and his partner Ron Leonard at the local marina. The pair created their SportSub as a recreational vehicle for the underwater adventurer, a sort of personal submersible.
The public response has been overwhelming. It really draws a crowd wherever we go with it. Any place we're launching it or even just towing it around really draws a crowd.
Yeah, got a submarine.
You can really see it.
Well, it's for just about anybody. It's designed to have a pilot that's a scuba diver. Can take it down once you're certified as a sub pilot, and at that point you can take non-divers down, and that's something that's really exciting because a lot of people haven't seen what's under the water. They see the surface and they may see some pictures in an aquarium, but they've never seen all the exciting life that's under the water, and it's a thrill for the pilot to take someone down who's never been there.
The ambient pressure sub operates on the same principle as a diving bell. A trapped air bubble in the cockpit keeps the air pressure inside the same as the water pressure outside. With no lockout chamber to worry about, passengers are free to don a mask and come and go at will. In a maneuver that looks like a spacewalk, divers use a regulator attached to a 25-foot hookah hose to visit with the reef inhabitants.
We chose to come to the Bahamas with it because of the clarity of the water, the warmth of the water, the variety of marine life, and it's just a real great place to show off what the vehicle can do.
You may never cruise the Strip in it, but it's capable of depths of 130 feet, making it the ultimate low rider. And speaking of ultimates, Disney Corporation recently gave Adventure Vehicle Dynamics the opportunity to demonstrate their SportSub at the Living Seas exhibit of Epcot Center.
It's very, very easy on your environment. There's no pollutants that come off it, no sort of chemical things that are left in the water. It's electric, which is very clean. It's also very quiet, doesn't scare any of the fish. The motors are almost silent. You can just barely hear them. And the fish don't mind it at all.
Well, if they don't mind, we don't mind. But next time you think you've spotted a UFO, you'd better look more carefully, especially if it's underwater. It might just turn out to be another fish story.
Neil Watson, world's record holder for scuba depth and distance, had this to say about the SportSub.
Over the past 25 years, I've probably tried every dive product that's come out. I just tried the new SportSub and discovered the ultimate of the big boy toys. As a matter of fact, I was impressed enough that we just put one in service into our Fort Lauderdale dive operation.
There's a certain group of hard-working, hard-playing adventurers who take their recreation very seriously. They seek all the thrills and excitement life has to offer. The evidence of their enthusiasm for adventure is all around us in the form of the recreational vehicles they use in pursuit of a good time. Speedboats, glider planes, motorcycles, and jet skis. At last, the underwater adventure seeker comes into his own with the advent of SportSub. If you're one of the new breed and you're ready for the ultimate in underwater action, plunge into adventure in a SportSub. It's the personal submersible for the new frontier.